Hello, it's Angela and I'm here to show you card 2 from the Hobbybase Club box. This one is box 18 and it has a sort of festival, Day of the Dead and perhaps Halloween or whatever you want it to be themed really. For this card I've used the card blank that comes in the box, which is a flower shape. So I thought perhaps you might not want to do Halloween, and so for this one I've made it more feminine. It's all about florals and we have a little message inside. Live your dreams. It's a shaker. So we've got, when I get it shaking, we've got our sequins and we have our sentiment inside. Now for the card base, it's a nice shaped base and it stands nicely if you have the fold to the top, or you could have the fold to the side, either way, but obviously I put mine to the top for the sentiment orientation. So the outside of the card, I've used this stencil here, which comes in the box. It's a mini stencil from Creative Expressions, and this one is daisy wheels. And to create the effect, I've inked through with this ink, which came in the box also. And this is an eyes ink, and this one is rose, and it's a pink colour. And I've simply placed the stencil where I wanted it onto the card base, and just used a cheap makeup sponge to get the ink through the stencil. You can get ink blending tools, but I find when these are small sort of holes in the stencil, it's much easier to dab through with a sponge. Now I will say don't put tons and tons of ink through. If you sort of dab it, you'll get like a spray paint effect. I think it adds some nice texture to it, that you get it not evenly. It comes through darker and more faded in areas, and that just adds to the effect. But you could use other inks through there if you wish. Now the centre of the card is a shaker, so I've cut. Now I had some flower dies, I think the blooms, they could be first edition flower dies, so I've cut this shaped here. But if you haven't got that, then why not cut a circle? Doesn't matter really, I just thought that the flowers would go with the leaves, but it would work equally well as a circle. And you cut a circle in the centre, pop some acetate behind to make a window, and pop some of the pattern paper behind, and I've cut a sentiment again from this sheet here that came in my box. If you haven't got that one in your box, then just add your own sentiment or add it to the side. I've kept it sort of away from the Halloween theme for this one. This one is Live Your Dreams, but it could be Happy Birthday, it could be anything you want. I've added some sequins around the edges also, because I think that's quite nice to show, and it makes it look like the sequins are exploding outwards. Now to make the shaker, it's simple, that you just add a layer of 3D foam behind the panel, and making sure that you add the foam all around the edges so that none of the sequins escape. Add 1 or 2 layers depending on the thickness of your foam and how big the sequins are if you put in beads in. But that's that one there, and I thought that would be nice, as I say, as an alternative to Halloween theme. Right, thank you for looking.